You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Hey, folks, in Chicago, Dante Servin, the off-duty former Chicago cop who fired his gun out of his car window, killing innocent bystander Rekia Boyd, now wants all evidence of the criminal case file against him cleared from the public record. His lawyer says because it has been hard for him to get a job to support his family with only the approximately $57,000 a year cop pension he currently receives. Really. He got off scot-free on charges of involuntary manslaughter when a Chicago judge threw out the case, saying he should have been charged with murder. So what do you make of this, panel? He wants, as it look, I wasn't convicted, thrown out, remove everything.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people who are in prison, black, white, Hispanic, or whatever, would, well, actually, not in prison, let me take that back. I'm sure a lot of people who were charged with a crime or whatever would like their sentences or convictions to be, you know, expunged, overturned, or whatever the proper words are, but tough luck.
Well, he's saying that I was never tried, was never convicted, so therefore, why should this still be out there in the criminal justice system? Kelly?
Okay.
I mean, he has a point, but at the same time, he did shoot somebody. That person did die, and there's a whole family out there missing their loved one because of the actions that he took. Whether he was tried and convicted or not, you know, it kind of doesn't matter at this point. He has every right to try and pursue an expungement, but at the same time, just from an ethical standpoint, he's a cop. This was another unwarranted killing, and people are still seeking justice on behalf of this victim. And just because he wasn't, you know, he's not in prison right now doesn't mean that there aren't remedies for that family to pursue.
Well, Jason, the big reason why Kim Foxx is the district attorney is because Anita Alvarez was the previous DA. Her office got nailed because of this, but when you take this case and the Laquan McDonald case,
right.
That's why Anita Alvarez was bounced in the Democratic primary by Kim Foxx.
Yeah, I mean, Anita Alvarez was horrible, and one of the things that we need to talk about across the nation, and it, you know, it really upsets me when people say they don't vote. I think voting is so important, particularly when we're looking at the fact that DAs are elected positions, and we need to cast our votes for people who are going to hold people like Dante Servin accountable. My question is, I guess, a legal one, and I'm not a lawyer, but, you know, I'm wondering if he was never tried, can he be charged and tried for this crime? Or you know, under, you know, the judge said it should have been murder. Can he be tried for?
Which
that's not double jeopardy if he was never tried,
right,
correct?
I'm still trying to understand why what that whole deal would basically walk free.
Well, it's up to the DA to press charges again.
And I'll say this.
So it's not necessarily a double jeopardy issue, it's a DA issue.
And you know, I'll say this, you know, the death of Rekia Boyd, you know, there were some really bad ones. I know, you know, Malik, you said that this
Tamir.
with Tamir and with Jefferson were the worst. I mean, I would say there have been a lot of bad ones, including Walter Scott, where we saw a man get shot in the back. But I would also say that this one hit me particularly hard.
Actually, let me help you on that. So the problem is the judge he didn't just throw it out. He acquitted Servin.
Oh, well then,
That's a different.
Of involuntary manslaughter. So the judge, he was, the judge acquitted him, which obviously prompted more public protest. And it was only 3 days. And this actually took place before there was a hearing to determine whether he should be fired. He spent 21 years at the police department. The judge acquitted him.
So I mean, you know, then I understand, but him, you know, this case in particular hit me hard.
Which I'm still confused by, because if you don't, so it's involuntary manslaughter, but then the judge says it should have been murder, so therefore I'm going to quit. I'm not quite understanding that one, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was just a poor judgment call.
I just didn't understand that one.
I think when you undercharge, you know, and based on what the evidence is, that I think is a mistake of the prosecuting attorneys there.
But yeah,
And the DA's office is opposing this effort, citing public policy grounds.
Yeah, and let's also remember.
And let me read the quote. The quote is, "The nature and facts of the crime are such that the public, employers, and law enforcement should have access to his record." Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, Rekia Boyd, one of the things that, really hit me hard about this case is that she was shot in the back of the head. The coward didn't even have the guts to look her in the eye. He shot her in the back of the head.
Read this story.
This is a woman.
From the Chicago Tribune. You can go to my iPad. Servin was off duty and in plain clothes when he said he politely asked a group to hold the noise down as he drove by Douglas Park near his West Side home one late night in March 2012. As one man, Antonio Cross, angrily approached his car, Servin said he believed he saw Cross pull a gun from his waistband. Servin said he yelled that he was a police officer, drew his Glock 9mm, and opened fire over his shoulder from inside his Mercedes as he continued to drive. Cross was wounded in the hand, but Boyd, who was laughing with her friends while standing about 30 feet behind Cross, was shot once in the back of the head. She died the next day. Cross told authorities he had a cell phone in his hand, and as he yelled and gestured at Servin to leave, thinking he was there to buy drugs. No gun was recovered at the scene other than the one fired by Servin.
So you're driving by a group of people.
It's a drive-by shooting.
You're driving by a group of
drive-by
people
shooting.
and telling them to keep the noise down. Well, first of all, people are going to be like, well, who in the hell are you?
Precisely.
Like,
I would have cursed them out.
What are you talking? Like, where are you coming from with this? Who are you? And then anybody, and I'm just imagining me, someone saying, you're walking up to a car and then someone says, I'm a police officer. I'm not just going to believe that you're a police officer
In
simply
a Mercedes, driving away.
And let me read this here. This is a trip. So the judge, in acquitting him, said that prosecutors failed to prove the off-duty officer acted recklessly.
Well, what's reckless?
If any charges were brought, the judge said, they should have been for first-degree murder because Servin contended that he intentionally shot at Cross to protect himself.
From what?
Because Servin claimed
that he saw a gun.
He saw a gun, but no gun was ever recovered.
Yeah, the gun was
I believed that I saw a gun.
So the real issue is,
who's this judge?
who the hell is this judge Dennis Porter?
Right.
Yeah, who is this judge? I mean, that's all absolutely ridiculous. And I remember this case. It upset me incredibly. You had, was she 19 or was she 19 years old, I believe?
22.
22 years old, young woman, gets shot in the back of the head in a drive-by shooting by an off-duty police officer.
Crazy.
This is in his Quentin Tarantino style because he was sitting in his Mercedes over his shoulder. I don't even understand how.
I'm driving and I'm firing indiscriminately.
But that's not reckless.
I'm not being fired on.
You don't even know who you're aiming.
That's what's so crazy. All right, folks, back to that Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. Folks, Life Luxe Jazz Experience taking place in Cabo, November 7th through the 11th. Of course, if you want to attend, go to lifeluxejazz.com, LIFELUXEJAZZ.com. But if you cannot be in Cabo for those 4 days, 14 different amazing artists, then of course you could live stream it. Get your live stream pass at gfntv.com. That's gfntv.com. As I said, amazing artists: Gerald Albright, Alice Bouillon, Kirk Whalum, Donna McClurkin, Shalia, Roy Ayers. Man, it's going to be an unbelievable 3-day extravaganza. And so look forward to you participating. And again, get your live streaming pass to cover those 3 days, all 14 concerts. You'll be able to watch right here on your phone, on your iPad, computer. Does not matter. Go to gfntv.com. That's gfntv.com to get your live stream pass. Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video.